Hey Blue Table fans. Hey Blue Table fans. It's me. Okay. So, it's like a candy store. That's really what it's like. It's candy. It's eye candy. Let's take a look at some. Here we go. Here's a Wraith Seer from Forge World. This one comes with all sorts of different magnetized weapons for the back. Wraith Seer is like a psychic Wraith Lord, which is awesome. And I just absolutely love these things in the back. That's one of my favorite shapes right there. And let's move on. Here is a Warp Wolf from Privateer Press. And the unusual thing here is the color. I just absolutely love that color. It's really fantastic. Here is a Warp Wolf Extreme sculpt. So you can just look at that for scale. Notice it has the same base size, but it's very well balanced. And again, with the kind of glowy color scheme, which I absolutely love. It's got that neat little base piece on there. Fantastic. Here's a Dire Troll Extreme sculpt. Again, it's got a really good light-dark contrast, warm-cold contrast going on there. I really love the pale skin with the purpley tones on it. Here's a Grind Ball. And I have no idea who makes this figure, but it's gorgeous.
I think it's Reaper. It's a Sophie.
Is it? Is it a Sophie? I don't think it is a Sophie. Here's a figure from Malifaux. Some Nightmare teddy bear guy. And he's got kind of this multicolored rug. So the base work is actually really, really neat. I love that piece. Here's a couple of Jack. Oh wait, this is the guy that goes with it. It's like a kid who has like nightmares or something like that. So yeah, Malifaux's pretty dark. And here you've got a couple of Menoth Warjacks. Those are pretty awesome. And some Gun Mages. I'm pulling like a fraction of the figures. Oh, here's a Forge World like Mark III Iron Armor or something like that. Pull a couple of these. These are very pale ultramarines, and this is definitely an alternate way of painting these guys. So I'm in love with this armor. I think it is absolutely fantastic. And here we have this is another Malifaux figure on a really, really, really spectacular decorative base. Not sure who makes these bases. I'm pretty sure we didn't do them. And alright, let's move on to the next bin. Yeah, this is just like wonder upon wonder upon wonders. Look at this. This is from Forge World. I have no idea what this is. Isn't that fantastic? What a neat figure. I just can't get enough. You notice there's no guns on it. There's probably magnetized guns, or I don't know. So here's a Grot tank. Not a Grot tank, a Grot mega tank. You know, if you put mega in front of anything, it makes it extra special. So this has turrets. The turrets spin around and are removable. Yeah, even these here go back and forth. Isn't that neat? And so here's a set of Grot mega tanks. I'm going to just get these out so you can kind of see how they all look. Maybe get a 180 on them there. Oh yeah. You getting your fill of eye candy today? I hope so. There's another one, and here's another one. Alright, the feature here is, this is a Dark Elf army. This is only a sampling. The actual army is many, 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 many times larger. And it's, the theme is scales. Scales and bone. So this green, bone, and rust coloration, this trio of colors, really works out. I love it for Dark Elves. I think it's Dark Elves somehow have a hard time getting the right color scheme. I think it's because the original artwork in the first Dark Elves book was really kind of threw people off, you know, with purple, red, black, and gold. That just was like, oh, it was a magic age. It was magic, but oh boy. So, and now that we have Dark Eldar, there's so many bits that are great for Dark Elves to make, like this guy right here, this plastics hero. Absolutely fantastic. What I really like about these Hydras is they're 3 very distinct earth tones without being so different that, you know, you can't make heads nor tails of them. In fact, if you look closely, you can see that, like, this guy has charcoal skin and kind of a greenish on his spines, and this one has charcoal spines, and this one has, so it's basically the triad of colors is repeated on the various elements of the Hydras, so that they actually kind of look similar, even though the untrained eye may not pick out exactly why that is. So hats off to the artist on this one. I definitely think this is a great color scheme for Dark Elves. And yeah, this is, as far as I can tell, this is a 3-5 split. And yeah, the theme from the client was dragon, reptile, poachers, and tamers. So I think this really came to life. Oh, what I love about this guy is he has a scaled shield. I think that's really super. Oh, am I on? All right, guess what came in? Oh, I'm just gonna rub that all over. That's why they put these in protective coating. Yep. All right. Sanitized. Oh, that just went on Sarah's desk. Oops. All right. Sarah's like, I'm feeling bad. All right. So, yeah, have these new cockpits, a half cockpit and a whole one, both Dark Eldar-y. So they didn't just make you the regular old Eldar ones. You know what? In Games Workshop, they're doing a good job. They've done for the wargaming industry what Rome did for civilization. So good on them, says I. So yeah, that's what the body looks like. So it's probably on the net about the same mass as a grav tank. You know, the wing edges come out quite a bit. But if you look at just this part, there's no reason that couldn't just be an Eldar flyer. Don't you think, Mike? There's no blades or spikes or anything on it. In fact, if you flattened out, if you cut off the spiky parts, like at the front, it would have a very distinct Eldar look to it. In fact, these housing here are very reminiscent of the housings on the fire prism. So that is a shape. Now, what struck me as odd with this, because here's the other part, is that just about half of the net space on these sprues is made up of missiles. Tons and tons and tons and tons of missiles that I think would make great conversions for like other stuff. So yeah, you could definitely do an Eldar Nightwing out of this. There'd really be no need, even these spiky parts, if you just cut off the blades, you know, the end, and made it kind of the flattened thing, I think you would, it would be, you know, very similar to Eldar shapes on there. And I love these missiles. There's a lot you could do with Eldar vehicles with those. But boy, that's a lot of missiles, and just absolutely tons of extras. And quite frankly, I don't even think you need that. I think you could just put on one set and then just tell your opponent what it is. I've had no problem with that, saying it's now shooting its whatever missiles, you know. So, and they do tell you which is very interesting. So, missile options. Hold on, it's on here somewhere. There it is. So it tells you necrotoxin missiles, monocythe missiles, shatterfield missiles. There are no, as you may notice, implosion missiles, because because this is not a Void Raven. But I don't I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to make another kit for the Void Raven? That seems like a bit much to make, you know, the same thing. But obviously the answer is yes, or they would have made this just Void Raven Razorwing, one of those. Name a dual kit. What kit has 2 names on it? And it's the same thing. Talos Chronos
It's the only one I can think of.
has the same kit. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, guys. Again, this is an army where you're really only seeing a very small portion of it. This is Kaldor Drago, which last I checked allowed you to take paladins as troops. That's a really big deal. Paladins are actually kind of like the orc knobs of the Grey Knights list. Multiple wounds, wound allocation shenanigans. Guy, it looks bad that I'm yawning, huh? So yeah, oh, these figures are so boring. Anyway, no, not really. They're awesome. So anyway, we thought this was neat because their armor is a lot darker than normal, which I think is a good look for Grey Knights, and it makes the gold and other colors really stand out, especially the glowy stuff. This is, as far as I can tell, a level 3-5 split. So that'll kind of give you an idea of what you're getting there. Oh, here's a couple of Grey Knights dreads, a couple of riflemen, and what I like about this one, if you look at it from the top, it's like he's swiveling to shoot a target off to his right. And also the Dread Knights, which are very hard to repose, have quite a bit of reposing, especially this one, because you got to get the guy to match up to what the actual larger figure is doing. So no end of pleased with this project. I think it's definitely some solid work and a lot of fun, some good weathering on there, and a good example of what you'll get if you go with our basic standard. And so yeah, there's those guys. Oh, and Grey Knights also, you can get a full army for a relatively small point cost, which I think is a really nice feature with these guys. Like the Paladins in here, there's 20 Paladins, something like that. That's a good 1,000 points right there. And so I would actually, some people may disagree, but isn't that always true? Some people may disagree. That means nothing. You may as well not even say that. Some people will always disagree. Anyway, I was going to say, but I think they make a really good beginner's army. So, Grey Knights are awesome.